There is another way to categorize data using the 4 levels of measurement. Now, the relationship between this way, the 4 levels, and the previous one, which is 2 types, categorical and quantitative, is these 2 types. The first 2, nominal and ordinal, these 2 are actually categorical data. And these 2 are quantitative data. Okay. Now let's go through this one by one. Nominal is a typical categorical. It's just names, labels, categories. Order does not matter. So here, order doesn't matter. Just think about what color. So white, red, yellow. One is not higher than the other. So this is a typical nominal data. For the ordinal, it's going to be one thing is it can be ranked, can be ordered, and difference is not meaningful. For instance, if you look at those college ranks, college rank number 1, say college A, and number 2, college B, and number 3, college C. Now, college A is ranked higher than B. However, how much difference are they pretty close, comparable, pretty close? How much difference between these 2 colleges is not known. And what's the difference between B and C is not known. Maybe these 2 are very close and much better than C. Or maybe A is much better than B and C are pretty comparable. So that's a ordinal. The rank. So the rank is a typical one. Now, as far as, oh, by the way, one example is your letter grade. Think about your letter grade, right? You have A and B and C and D, F. A may be 100% and B may be 80%. Some people get 80 and A can be just one people 91 and B can be 89. So the difference between these 2, if you you don't know, you just don't know. Some 2 people may be pretty big difference. The gap is pretty big. Some couple people may be so tiny, so you don't know. But certainly you know A is greater than B, B is greater than C, and so on and so forth. So these are the variable that can be ranked. Now for interval, it gotta be number. Interval and ratio, that you will see numerical number. Now it can be ranked. All the difference is meaningful, but ratio is not. I think one example is the temperature. Think about the temperature 50 degree and 25 degree and say 100 degree. So now 50 degree is twice as much as 25. Does it mean 50 degree feels twice as hot as 25 degree? Or 100 degree is twice as 50? Does it mean 100 degree feels twice as hot as 50? This difference is really the difference is meaningful because you know 100 is 50 degree more than 50. 50 is 25 degree more than 25. But the ratio, we are not cannot tell. Ratio is not meaningful. Say, just like I said, 100 degree, is that twice as hot as 50 degree? We don't know. This doesn't make any sense. So that's the interval. And for the ratio, it's very easy to identify. It's a number, and with 0 meaning none. 0 means no such. There's none. For instance, the book price, right? Book price. If you tell me that 0 price, $0, that means no cost at all. It means no cost, none, 0. And if you look at the temperature, here I just talked about temperature. If you say 0 temperature, does it mean no temperature? No, it's not. zero temperature just means it's quite cold. It doesn't mean no temperature. So that's the main way to distinguish these two measurements. If zero is meaningful, means none, then it's going to be ratio. If zero still means something, it doesn't mean none. For instance, year. The year zero is the starting of the current calendar. So this year, zero year doesn't mean no year. Hopefully, this clarify any confusion that you may have in these 4 levels of measurement.